Principles. This is Practical Prince. We're doing talk and tarot, so go ahead and drop in your questions. We'll just do as many readings as we can within the next little bit. And otherwise, we can just hang out and chat. Well, let me finish setting up our camera so that you guys can see the cards. But hope your week's been good. And hopefully, the weekend will be even better. I'd rather see the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. That's the feedback loop I get when I try to debug stuff on the camera. So, but now we're set up for that. And we don't want to see me. We want to see cards. So yeah, there we go. And we're all set up. So yeah, I guess I can shuffle cards, but your call. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I guess I can just prep for the time being. Sure, we'll shuffle Cosmo first. Okay, that's there. Well, I guess let me. Howdy, Mishti. How's it going? Yeah. Hope you're doing well. Go ahead. Keep shuffling cards. Thank you. Howdy. Well, we do tarot readings. So if you've got questions, we can try to do readings. Yeah, we can find out. Okay, let's go ahead. So I'll highlight this question. It's the first one we've got. Mishti, take your time. And if you want help figuring out a question, we can do that. And then I'll focus on this. So pretty sure this is Destiny. Yeah. I've got a couple decks, so got to figure out which one's the appropriate one for the question. Rajni will probably do you next. We'll just give Mishti some time. And of course, Weeby Lord, if you want to ask a question, go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're fine. I mean, when nobody's on, it's then a matter of do I read for myself or not? And I generally don't have questions either. So it is. Thanks, Michaela. So yeah. Just trying to, I mean, the way this question was phrased, it's probably a yes, no. And for that, I've got a 3-card spread that usually comes up, but we'll see. Set these aside. Keeps going down. Yeah. So many of the cards are just at the bottom. We'll find out. But yeah, so if I'm quiet or still, it's because I'm trying to sense which cards are involved. Hey Ace, how's it going? Is that right? Doing well. Yeah. I mean, it helps me to understand the question I'm asking, and to an extent, what the answer might be like. But technically, I don't need a whole lot of information. Let me make sure I got the right cards. Or rather, all the cards. That's specific to. Oh no, you're fine. I mean, a lot of people when they come ask questions, um, they're used to people asking for their horoscopes or their birth dates, stuff like that. And so it's normal to wonder about that. Um, I'm sensing reluctance with this question. So I don't know if this isn't the important thing to be asking about or if this is in the face of other divine advice you've got. Um, but yeah, they're not too pleased to be answering this. So a no, a yes. What's our last card? King of Pentacles. Okay. Well, so I'm pretty sure it'll be okay, but it'll take time. So I don't know if initially they don't like it or something. Um, yeah, I guess I can show the guide I'm referencing. Um, yeah, I don't know what you have planned for tonight, but um, it'll work out in the end. I don't know that it'll be, yeah, well received in the moment. So, and speaking to Ace, I'm doing good. The Seven of Swords. Oh, that they list there. I mean, it lists out the no's, the neutrals, and the exceptions, but then everything else is a yes. So there's actually a ton of yes cards. I want to say, statistically speaking, it should be about 50% of the time you get a straight yes. But I don't know. I should probably go through my readings and see if that actually holds true. Um, but yeah, finishing with um, Ace, doing pretty good. Runny nose and stuff, but yeah. Okay, so this was our next question. And then uh, I guess Aisha, what would the card be for? If you don't mind clarifying, because that'll help me ask the right question. And then yeah, Mishti, um, Weebu, Ace. When you have your questions, go ahead and drop them in if you want. And forgive me, it's being very windy right now. Yeah, let me mute. Okay, that's better. Okay. Got that, Aisha. Okay, that's fine. All right. And what are their, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but the feelings for you? Okay. 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 Yeah. It's a thing I kind of expect, and if I feel it coming on, I can get the meds in place early, but still has its effect. At least I can talk. Usually I get a dry nose as well. Or sorry, a dry throat. So do we need the other one as well? Hey Cup. How's it going? Okay. Do we have another? Excellent. Oh, it's fine. I have a couple people that'll drop by now and then asking about tests. So okay, we've got that. Okay. And then this is okay. Thank you. That'll help. So we got a few different things. This is feelings here, and this is a tempered pair. So we've got the primary card, and then it's modified or moderated by the card behind it. This is an influence in the relationship or just whatever's going on there. And this, I get the sense, are intentions, but it's pretty loose. So I don't know if it's just not the focus right now or, yeah, maybe it's subconscious or something. I'll drink some water. Mm. We've got here, what's that? Four of Wands. Okay. Four of Swords, tempered by Judgment. Let me go ahead and spread those. I guess it's sideways, so maybe that's not too useful. And then up here, we've got Strength. Interesting. I mean, so the Four of Swords, um, I mean, that's usually where a bit of a disconnect, okay, is needed. Um, Not necessarily cut off or anything like that, but needing a break. And it seems in part he needs that so that he can make a decision. That's what Judgment is getting at. He's trying to decide if he needs to move on with something. I don't know if that's moving on from you. Um, because like I suppose it could be a past relationship he hasn't come to terms with. But yeah, he needs some space to make a decision. Um, Four of Wands, I mean, there's a lot of freedom or creativity. Those are the notes here. In this case, I don't know if you're young. I would assume this for a younger couple, and it's really just exploring, um, getting familiar with the dating scene and how dating works. But that's an influence, not a ton of control over that. And then up here on the intentions is strength. So patience, compassion. I mean, positive vibes. Um, Very kind. Um, but it makes sense that it's a week right now because they need that break because they've got to make their own decisions. So give them time. Really, I don't know which way they'll swing, because it could really go either way about whether it's going to press forward with the relationship or move on. So let me go ahead and close that. All right. Aisha Shahid. Shahid. We're pulling a card, and we want to know why we're having trouble. You're good, Ace. So we've got this question now. I avoid drinking tea, but it'll work out. I'm used to the allergies. It's just letting it run its course. Let me make sure because I want to get these questions in order if I can. So we've got Aisha now. Wilbur asked his question, and then Cup had theirs. And then Ace, if you want to go ahead and drop yours in, by all means. And Mishti, again, feel free to take your time. And actually, I should write that down so that I can remember. Aisha, I'll just make it a little faster. Okay. Mind stuck. Don't know why. So I guess partly we're wondering, why are we stuck and what can we do about it? And sometimes that's all going to come together. Sometimes that's two different things. But we'll just see. And that's certainly going to be different cards. Oh. Those cards can go back. Because this isn't really a destiny question. Is it Lost Forest? That would be my guess. Yeah, excellent. Okay. There's not a whole lot stopping you. Yeah. Do you have do you have a particular time frame for that, Ace? That's the only thing I have as far as that question goes. Thanks, Aisha. Hey, Jane. Thank you. Go ahead and drop your question in if you have one, or just hang out and chat. We've got a few I need to read for. Starting with Aisha. Okay. Okay. Why? And what can we do about it? That's good, Jane. Figure out what that is later. These aside. Okay. Is that it, or is there more? Because there were good cards, but okay. So that's a Y. But then, so this what to do. Let me go ahead and clear some space. Is it doubling as a Y? Is there just hesitation around that? Okay. Um, so this is the why you're feeling stuck. This seems to be the action or how to resolve it, and this is a tempered pair, so the primary modified by the secondary. But I also get the sense that this is a why, so I don't know if you're just hesitant to take this step or well, what could be holding you back. So judgment, fair enough. Page of Earth and the Fool is the tempering influence. I'll have to double check the Page of Earth, but really you're struggling to make a decision and actually go forward. Yeah, because there's going to be changes. You could say scarring changes. That's a bit dramatic. Um, but I mean, it's in line with you can't really change the past. You're going to do stuff and make mistakes. So, and you'll just have to let that go as you move on towards what you're trying to become. Let me double check Page of Earth. The Fool suggests you need to be humble and accept that you don't know everything, but it's still worth doing. So, uh, I don't know that I would call that a fight. It's more so a massacre, if we're being honest. But Page of Earth. Let me check that. Manifestation, financial opportunities, developing skills. So yeah, making forward progress there. More so the manifestation and developing skills are standing out to me. So yeah, you've got to accept stuff is going to change and it's not going to be like it was. And we already went over judgment. So, hope that helps, Aisha. Let me add Jane and check who is next. Weeboo on the test. Okay. Go find that question. Will the test tomorrow be okay? I'm sure you'll. Well, I mean, it works out in the end, even if it's total failure. Yeah, we're using Prisma for this. So let me go ahead and get that mat set up. Oh. Close enough. It usually is. And honestly, I mean, we talked about that judgment. As far as the meaning, it's not really tragic or terrible. So. Okay. Will it be okay? Which is good. A lot of people ask if they're going to be number one or top rank, and so you're at least being open and minded to a few more possibilities. Let me check that. These are good. And then give me a sec, Justine. So those cards are fine. Do we have extra? I guess there's an emphasis on the left card. So, and again, this will be combination. So 4 of Swords, Queen of Chalices, and the Hermit. So pulling up our spread from before. Oh, and I don't think you'll be able to see all of that. The Hermit and the 4 of Swords are very neutral. That's the only issue here. So we've got one yes, but... So yeah. You're not going to flunk, but it doesn't look like you're going to do great either. So you'll still probably be in some trouble. I got a slight emphasis on the 4 of Swords, so I don't know if... Let me see if I can get a better feel for what that's speaking to. Yes. Go ahead and drop your question in. It feels like that's suggesting... The 4 of Swords is suggesting you need to take an introspective look. Take a break. and basically revisit your map, your course, and double check that it's going where you want. So you'll be okay. It'll work out in the end. So yeah, is that Puikit? Okay, good luck. Pulkit? Verma. I can read that at least. Go ahead and drop your question in. Justine, um, I don't know what you mean by past life readings. In my personal beliefs, I don't believe, well, I believe in pre-life, but not like reincarnation sort of past lives. But I do believe I have a spread that I can do that's meant for past lives. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Life map, so past life based. And then another Cosmovisions regression, but that's a big one. So, and if we want, that's fine. I might need to plan a chunk of time to get that. So, if that meets your need, let me know, Justine, and we can talk about it and probably do it. Okay. Well, and that's fine. If you want to, I guess, just take some time phrasing your question so that it's really the question you mean. And if you need help actually wording it, that's fine too. Because I've workshopped questions before. So let me go to Cup, your question. There we go. Dear designer or human rights lawyer? Let me mute for a moment. I just tend to be loud when I blow my nose. These things aren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Okay. And that's fine, Justine. No problem. Good luck, Weebu. But I guess speaking to Cup on this question, yeah. Well, this isn't necessarily one or the other. There's very much a possibility that it could be both or each having its positive perk to it. Who knows? So, am I going to use Prisma for this? Probably. Yeah. Okay. And we'll just find cards and see how they come out. Good card, but not the right card. What else we got? see. Required to moderately so. Okay. So, um, okay. All right, and which is which? Okay. All right, so we've got a description of interior designer and a description of the lawyer. We don't really have a metric for deciding, and I think it's really up to you to pick. So, and these are a pair, so equal weight, speaking to the same thing. This is a tempered pair, so the primary modified by the secondary. The Magician, 9 of Chalices. That's nice. Then over here, the Moon, tempered by 7 of Chalices. Okay. So the Magician, that's a manifester, being able to make things, well, I mean, in interior design, I think that's pretty obvious. You would manifest that vision of what it should be. I can double check 9 of Chalices, but it's a positive card. It's um, a touch nostalgic, I guess, but it's pretty peaceful, really, is the biggest sense from that. Over on the Moon, the concern is deception. And, well, you've also got 7 of Chalices modifying this, and that's dealing with choices and confusion between them. So this is tricky, challenging. Um, so yeah, I mean, just based off of this, the safe option would be interior design, but um, well, you would know better why you're drawn that way. So you'll have to balance that out for yourself. Yes, Phantom, go ahead and drop it in. Your question. And I'm just doing as many as I can as I get them. So still a few people before you. Hope that helped, Cup. Speaking of, let me add. We had Justine hop in with hers. We'll need to work through that. Okay, that should be good. So we've got Phantom, and then there was Verma, but they didn't ask a question. So, excuse me. Got you down, Phantom. Ace. And of course, Mishti and anybody else hanging around thinking about their question, go ahead and drop that in when you're ready. But now let's go find Ace's question. What's coming in love? And more specifically, I guess, as far as relationships go. I'm trying to keep it near future. Okay. That's going to be Destiny deck. So let's go ahead and put this away. Pull this out. And clear my notes again. Okay. I'm trying to get a feel for this person, if they exist. Okay. So then what is this speaking to? I only got one card, so I'm not quite sure if that's going to describe the person or whether they exist. And it looks like I'll need a flip so I can see. So not too much to go off of, but I really got the sense you'd be fine without anything. 7 of Chalices, so it's just a whole lot of uncertainty. We saw that earlier on the lawyer. Yeah, go ahead and drop your question in. I mean, really the strong thing here is confusion. Not sure. And so yeah, so that's at least one love interest. But as far as like actually being a relationship, it looks like that's not happening in the near future. Yeah, there's at least one. There could be more. But, okay. Hopefully that was helpful. So, okay. Then yeah, I wouldn't stress too much over this, especially given the 7 of Cups. I would just let the time clear that up a bit. Oh, Verma. Excellent. That's all good. Okay. No, you haven't missed your question yet. Let me add. So we've got a few people. Let me add. So we've got Artemis, Tris. I'm just going to call you Artemis, even though it's probably actually Tris. Verma, I think that's everybody, right? I added Phantom already. Yeah. Okay. I was just looking over them. There we go. That'll be easier for me. Okay. And Jane is next. Okay. It's all good. Now to find Jane's question. Let's see. Did I scroll too fast? Probably. Let's see. How does B feel for me? I will, Verma. But let me answer Jane's first. And then you were here earlier, so you'll probably just be after Jane. So let me just finish this. How does B currently feel? Okay. Okay. Do we need anything else? Do we have anything else? Thanks for being patient. Okay. So we got a card on their feelings towards you. I also got the sense that it's sort of rooted in their character. So I mean, at the very least, we can say that these aren't temporary. So we've got Knight of Cups, which says new love and artistic. So, I mean, passionate really is going to be the word to sum that up. So, a very positive feeling about you. And yeah, should be lasting. I mean, character can change, but that's going to be a lot longer than feelings. So, if that's something you want to pursue, you should be good for a while. And where did that go? There it is. Will you get in? Okay. Let me shuffle real quick. It's probably not this thick. No problem. Glad I could help. Okay. All right. And this, I mean, the way you framed it, this is a yes/no sort of question. I don't know if time is a really concern. Because I mean, it could be you fail to get in this year or something, but then next year you get in. So there could be that sort of loophole, I guess. Um, but we'll see if we get extra information. Doesn't matter. Okay. That's excellent because your turn's coming up next. Is it first? Is that it? Or are there others? Okay. So, yes, no. We've got some extra detail here, and then this, it feels like a hint, so very light. I don't know if that's going to be, if either of these is really actionable, but we'll see. Four of Pentacles, Page of Chalices, Queen of Pentacles. So, I mean, this is almost certainly a yes. I'll double check. Because Four of Chalices, at least how it's portrayed in this particular deck, would be a negative card, but in the deck we're referencing for the guide, for the spread, that would be a yes. So, yeah. So let me focus on the Four of Pentacles for a quick sec. Okay, we're going by the book. Yes, you'll get in with scholarship. Let me just go ahead and read the Four of Pentacles description for you. I mean, I know what it says, but that'll come across better. As far as Page of Chalices, that's being open to new experiences. So, and that was just more of a hint. So, let me read that. Four of Pentacles. Greed, selfishness, materialistic. These are some of the few pentacles in the suit that do not glimmer. By hoarding his abundance, refusing to share or invest, the miser's wealth has become stagnant, self-diminished. Blind to his spiritual penury, he believes he has succeeded in his ventures. Take a lesson from this unhappy man. A dependence on the status quo will only leave you unprepared when change inevitably shakes you. Relinquish your grip. Let yourself go. So, so yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's a warning. Okay, yeah. Yes, top, we are. Verma. On the Four of Pentacles, you're working with borrowed money at that point. Um, but the warning from the Four of Pentacles is you still have to have good practices. Yeah, you don't want to keep for yourself that which is meant to be shared. So, and I don't know if that's speaking strictly to the scholarships or anything like that. It could just be your personal finances. So just keep that in mind. Um, yes. I mean, the answer was yes, you would get in. This was just extra information on finances and, well, being open. So sorry if that was unclear before. Um, Trooper, I mean, we just entered the second hour, so there's a good chunk of time. You should be fine. Same with you, Top. Go ahead and drop your question in since I stream to multiple platforms. No problem, Verma. Um, I don't really have the Twitch setup of the join, so sorry about that. I just have to track that manually. All right, so that was Verma. Let me put down you guys. We'll just do Top and Master Trooper. Okay. Did Jane, Justine. Okay. And we got the clarified question. Okay. Will do. Okay. This is, yeah, that's going to be a cosmic question. So let me get that deck. Oh, no. It's fine that you're asking from Twitch. So, and let me get this set up. You're fine. I'm just about to start yours, so you haven't missed anything yet. And in fact, I'll still need a moment to get cards. So, I believe it is. Let me go make sure I found it. But I added you. Yeah. Am I on the right path in this experience? So yeah. Assuming that's the question you meant, I've got it. And now Justine's turn. Okay. 1912. No problem. Yeah. I got your question, Trooper, and I also got Tops. So I think I've got everybody's question at this point. The only one I'm worried about was our first person, actually, Mishti. But that might be better worked through one-on-one rather than in front of a crowd. So I should set myself a reminder or something. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Are there? Yeah, it's all good. I guess first, is that all the cards? Okay. So we've got that. Let's move that closer. Named it. So how do these interact then? Okay. Let me blow my nose. Okay. So 4 cards. This is the main message. You've got your primary and then moderated by the secondary card. So, and this is not a super strong moderation, but it's not negligible either. These are details or clarifications, particulars of the main message. So, Cosmic Tree, Ace of Birds. This deck uses different names compared to regular tarot. This would normally be the world, if I remember right. Or no. Oh no, I'm remembering the wrong one. The Hermit? Yeah, I'll have to double check. Ace of Swords. I'm pretty sure Knight of Swords, but it's one of the face cards. And then 2 of Wands. Yeah, let me double check on the Cosmic Tree. That's going to be important. But we'll read through them all, just because Cosma has those special names. Cosma. Yeah, so this would normally be the Hermit. Reaffirming inner truth, understanding. If the cosmic tree comes up in a reading, it is offering guidance through the collective unconscious. Take this as a positive affirmation that the path you are on is the right one, and that in contemplation comes understanding and growth. Trust that the truth you seek is buried within the fibers of your own being. Understand that knowing your inner truth may require isolation. Spend time with yourself. In the quiet, there is a seed that needs nurturing. So, and then this is tempered by the, well, what would be the Ace of Swords. In this case, the Ace of Birds. Let me get to that. There we go. Breakthrough, clarity, sharp mind. You have climbed to the beak of Wise Peak, and it's referring to the art of Wise Mountain, sorry. And as you gaze into the valley below, an instantaneous lucidity washes over you. This is a powerful card to pull in a reading. It is the ace of the mind and symbolizes a great breakthrough and honing mental clarity. If it hasn't happened yet, this breakthrough is soon to come. Wise Mountain asks only for patience and trust, and the truth will guide you. So, yeah, I mean, basically, it's in your blood, it's in your genes, and you just need to get more in tune with that, is what we're getting from there. And the Ace of Birds is saying that's going to happen soon. So, let's get on to the Fighter and then the Two of Embers. Yeah, so Knight of Swords. Impulsive, vengeful, quick to act. Head in the clouds, the fighter is impulsive and quick to act. They take no direction from others and live for one reason: to overcome adversity. If you see the fighter in a reading, ask if every battle is worth the brawl, or if passivity can lend a more helpful hand. If others have found you to be impulsive in your actions, this can easily be perceived as vengeful behavior. No one wants to be known as the one who is constantly picking fights for the sake of taking action. And that shouldn't be too hard. I mean, where you already got the advice from the cosmic tree to go a little more inward to separate, it should be easier to hold back. And then 2 of Embers. Really just more measured steps. Planning, making decisions, leaving home. When the stone dancers show up in a reading, it indicates a readiness for movement and an opportune time to expand for a new perspective. Perhaps you have been stagnant recently or have fallen into your comforts. You are not at the beginning or the end of something, but near the middle. It is crucial to make moves and make them soon. Don't know how long the momentum will last before it begins to slow. So, yeah. Definitely measured steps from the fighter, but taking steps from the 2 of Embers. So, Justine, any questions on that? Do I need to clarify? And hello, Gina. Maybe she got a phone call. We'll go ahead and move on. Gina, if you have a question, go ahead and drop it in. Yes. I do have others I need to read for, but we're doing good on time so far. So I'm optimistic about getting it in. Let me find Phantom's question. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi from America. Phantom, let me find that question. Oh, it's probably after this then. Nope, that's top. My bad. Where is it? Nope, that's Artemis. My bad. There it is. On what's up ahead. I'm Gemini. Which I don't really need, but that's okay. Okay. We can do that, Gina. And Elizabeth, if you've got a question you would like read, go ahead and drop it in. We're just going to do as many as we can. Okay. Okay. All good. Let me focus on Phantom. Looking at the future. Prism has done that a lot today, but are we keeping Cosmo? Yeah, looks like we're gonna keep with Cosmo for this one. What's up ahead? Okay. Don't want to pass on that. Which one? Okay. Yep. It's a really good summary. Okay. I'll check Gina. But let me finish Phantom. What's coming? Yeah. If you're fighting it, yeah. Okay. We'll do the updated question, Elizabeth. And doing well, Presh. Good to see you. Okay. Let me blow my nose. Yeah. Let me go ahead and mute for a sec. Okay. So, no problem. Hey, pretty. No, Master Trooper, I haven't got to you yet. I'm just doing Phantom. So I think no, there's still a couple people before you. So you're still good on time. But Phantom, I got the sense that there were a few other things, but there was only one that they thought worth mentioning. So let's go ahead and go through that. So a tempered pair. This is the main thing, but then it's moderated by the second card. 7 of Embers, so normally 7 of Wands, and Ace of Lotuses, which would normally be Ace of Cups. Let me double check 7 of Embers, because that's, I think, going to be unique. Ace of Lotuses, well, given that's moderating, let me just add that on afterwards. But yeah, that's usually good for, well, drinking in your emotions, in a sense. It's also good for new beginnings, but let's get the Embers out. Seven of Embers. Self-preservation, defensive, maintaining control. The self-preservation of the Book of the Phoenix is a uniquely surreal thing. It has existed long before time and through its defenses will likely persevere unscathed through many challenging times to come. If this card shows itself in a reading, it is time to use your wits to protect and defend yourself. You may be surrounded by conflicting opinions and external forces trying to bring you down, but remember that you have all the resources you need to persevere. So, put a little effort into protecting yourself. Let me check Ace of Lotuses. Okay. Yeah, so drink in your feelings. And that's not to say like get intoxicated on them, but um, they'll be useful indicators. So, yeah. And then trust that you'll be okay. Because I'm sure despite getting the Seven of Embers, some stuff will catch you a bit unawares, but that's going to work out. So, yeah. Hope that's helpful. Get ready if you can. All right. So now we've got Artemis Triss. Am I on the right path? Yeah. Just was checking if the Cosmo deck was still good for this. Because, I mean, Lost Force might have been appropriate as well. I'll just be sticking with Cosmo. I guess, is there extra, or is this all? Okay. That'll be it. I stream to more than just Twitch, so I don't have a join thing. I just have to track manually whose turn it is. So, Jelly, go ahead and ask your question, and I'll add you to the list. But Artemis Triss turned out yes, no. And I'm sure that we could have got more details, but you were vague, so I'm pretty sure it's intentional. 9 of birds, 10 of birds, 6 of lotuses. So probably a no. I'm just curious about the 9. Yeah. So that would be a yes, but the others are saying no. Thanks, Felicia. So, yeah, this would say no, you're not on the right track. And we didn't really get any extra information, which, I mean, I'm sure that would have been helpful, but. Okay. So. Um, Yeah, not really getting that from the cards. I'm getting the sense that it's not an exclusive question. That frankly, they should be in alignment. So, yeah. As far as working through that, um, yeah, I mean, as far as working through that, I would just try to examine your heart and see if you can really understand it. And then that will either sway your mind or, well, you'll at least be on the same page at that point. So, but yes, Top, you're next. No problem. Okay, and let me blow my nose. Okay. Anything you can tell me about my future? Future is pretty long. Looks like this will be a Prisma question, so let me set that up. Fair question, Shelly. Let me add you guys. So we had a few people hop on, and I haven't been adding you like I probably should. So let's see. We've got Gina. We've got Elizabeth. Got Presh, I think. After that, yep. Presh. Pretty said hi, but she didn't ask a question. I guess I'll put a placeholder just in case. And then that's where Jelly hopped on. And then Felicia. Okay. So yeah, we've got a pretty full list, but let me go over. We're doing Top now. We've got Master Trooper next, followed by Gina, then Elizabeth. Then we've got Presh. We might have a question from Pretty, but odds are they dropped out. And then Jelly. So that's our current order. So a bit of a list, and I don't mind if you guys hop off, come back. I have questions for all of you at this point. So if you just want to watch the video later, that's fine too. But yeah, so Top, future, Prisma. Okay. Okay. Sounds kind of like Mishti, but perhaps less painful. And I should just make a note on Mishti. Let me just stick her to the side so I don't forget. Okay. Let's see. Just letting you know, Ankita, it's a bit of a wait, but we can do it. Hey, Cloud. How's it going? Do we have anything else? Excellent. Okay. Are these ones have it? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and drop your question in. We do have quite a line today, so just letting you know it might be a while. Yes, Trooper, next would be you. But yes, let me add Ankita and oh, we've been reading so fast today. So, but let me finish top. And these are separate, right? Okay, yeah. So sort of got a timeline. This is near future within the next few months. This is somewhere from years to a decade. Yeah. And then obviously these are somewhere in between. This is probably within years, but it could be even shortly after that. But yeah, as far as definitively placing them, that's going to be tricky. So we've got the moon, 10 of swords, 9 of swords, 5 of pentacles. Rough. Okay. The moon, the concern here is illusions, deception. You don't know if what you're seeing is real, or if it's a deception leading you astray. Most likely that does not go so well, because 10 of swords, that's an end. That's close of a chapter is a soft way of putting it, but there is a definitive end to something. There's like 7 people in front of you in Kita, so if you wanted to just watch the video later, that would be fine. In 9 of swords, there's more terrible stuff coming. The advice here is to not be paralyzed like this guy. Do something, act, because doing nothing just ensures your doom. So, and then 5 of pentacles, that is, well, hitting rock bottom. So it gets, well, it's difficult, it gets bad, it gets scary, and it gets worse. So, and this doesn't mean like everything rock bottom. This could just be a single aspect of your life. Being a pentacles, this would normally speak to financial loss, but it could really be any area of your life. You could be doing well financially and just be crushed emotionally or something like that. So that sort of stuff. So I mean, if you can try to prepare, I'm just worried that this event is so scarring, you're not able to handle this one well, which is how you get to the 5 of pentacles. So, and this is happening over a long time, but I don't know if that's going to make it better or worse. Sorry. Okay. And master. Let me go. Oh, wait. It was highlighted, right? Let me go find it. What is my biggest fear? Okay. And I guess just to check for Ankita, we just did top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 people in front of you, Ankita, just so you know. Okay. And that's understandable. My wife was kind of similar. This is going to be Lost Forest now. Yeah. Okay. Master Trooper, I feel like you've asked this before, haven't you? Huh. Maybe I'm thinking of a different Master Trooper. It sounds familiar though, so maybe you bounced when I was before I could get to it or something like that. Or maybe it is someone else. Anyways. Right. Okay. Got it. There's going to be something better. Okay. And set these aside. be a better way of explaining. Okay. And then what about these? Okay. And real. Ancillary? Is that right? Okay. And then specifics. Or a specific, I guess. Okay. All right. So 4 cards. This is the apparent fear. This is the underlying actual thing. I think we already did yours, Phantom. So just scroll back. I should have highlighted the question. Yeah. So just scroll back and you'll be able to see that. Let me know if you have questions on it. Apparent, the real thing. An ancillary, related element. It's not necessarily subsumed by this, but there's a pretty close tie. And this is almost like a specific event that you need to come to terms with. Something like that. The Lovers, 2 of Skies, King of Earth, 5 of Fire. Okay. I mean, the Lovers is dealing with decisions. There's obviously the romantic element, but more abstractly, what you're scared of is making decisions and moving forward. Because, I mean, it's either or, and that's what we get with the 2 of Skies. It's one side or the other. You can't really keep both. So, it's making decisions. Let me read up on King of Earth and 5 of Fire. We saw that, right? Yeah. Okay. So let me set this down. And let me blow my nose. Okay. So Knight of Earth. Hard work, persistence, productivity. Okay. So I mean, you're busy doing things. Are they the right things or the good things? That's the or no, sorry. King of Earth. Gosh. Wealth, abundance, security, leadership. So then, what's the concern there? Oh, you're just scared of not getting to that end. And that's making it hard to make decisions now. So yeah, the King of Earth is an ideal you're wanting to achieve. But yeah, the distance between you now and that then is making it hard for you to actually make decisions in the present and move forward. Because that's not something you can just aim for and get to just by aiming at it. There's a lot more on the journey. So, and then 5 of Fire. Tension, conflict, disagreements. So, and like I said, that's a specific event, incident, something like that. It almost feels like it might be ongoing. So I don't know if there's like a disagreement with your family. You might have kept silent about it though, or a disagreement with parents more specifically. More likely, I guess I should say. Um, but yeah, it's coming to terms with that. I don't know that it's necessarily bringing it up and hashing it out again. Because it might just be coming to terms with they have their opinion and you have yours. So, yeah. Okay. Any questions, Trooper? Okay. No problem. Let me see. Who's next? Gina. Okay. No, you've still got plenty of time, Ankita. Let me check. There's still 5 people before you, and I'm just getting to Gina. And it was relationship with boyfriend, but there were details. So understanding his true feelings, and long-term outcome. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Yeah. Let me get back there because that'll make it easier to find the others. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll get something on that. Because it could just be you're expecting it one way, but he expresses it another. Just love language disconnects, which, I mean, you can work through that. So let's see what all we get. I don't really worry about that for anyone, so thanks for the permission, though. So we didn't necessarily get feelings. What we got here on the left, his character, and then intentions towards you. So, and that might supersede the feelings part. This is a long-term outcome, and it felt kind of out there. So, Page of Cups. We can go ahead and read that. I think that'll go better. 10 of Cups. So yeah, very positive things. And this is digital, so I can read that online. And then out there, the Hanged Man, which sounds more negative than it really is. It's a shift in worldview. I mean, the notes on it are enlightenment or enlighten perspective. But yeah, it's like a shift in worldview. So, and yeah, as far as I can tell, that's just speaking favorably to you guys getting on the same page. Because, I mean, you've obviously expressed your concerns with yourself, but that seems like you would overcome it. But let me get through the cups. And for that, we've got our guide. So this was the one for his character. The page brings a message about the emotional aspects of your life, such as love or happy news about relationships, children, and finances. When this card shows up, it could also indicate that something new is about to begin. It is a reminder to feel young at heart. Perhaps love is on the horizon. The Page of Cups can also be an individual who is artistic, a dreamer, and intuitive. Perhaps a good friend who may soon introduce you, blah, 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 not them. Allow your intuition to guide you toward the most appropriate meaning behind this card so that the message it brings with it comes forward in the most meaningful way. Yeah. Well, yeah. And as far as I can tell, this is just positive for him and the relationship. So I don't really have concerns from this on him. And then let's get the 10 of Cups because this was his intentions. Pretty chair, sofa, couch, whatever. 10 of Cups. One of the most positive and joyful cards of the Minor Arcana. It reveals the benefits of love and the security of family. The card predicts great happiness for relationships or close friendships. It is also a positive message for children, forecasting their success. The card is a reminder that when you have worked hard, what you have worked hard for is coming together. This card is a great indicator of success in family matters, contentment, prosperity, celebrations, and joy. And this, again, was intentions towards you. So, I mean, all the best, really. Yeah, very positive intentions as far as the relationship goes and wanting it to last and be secure and be happy. And that's part of who he is as a person. Um, so while we didn't necessarily get feelings per se, um, everything here is positive about him. So, I mean, he's good. I wouldn't worry. But anyways, let me go ahead and close that. And I'm pretty sure it's Elizabeth at this point. No problem. Glad I could help. Yeah, Elizabeth. And she changed her question. Let's go find that. So I think this was the follow-up. Let me see if there was anything else clarifying. Smileys for the most part. Okay. Somebody else asked about a feedback file. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but no, at this time I don't. Frankly, I don't know what that's referring to. But Elizabeth has revised. Let's see. That's fine. We can just highlight the more recent one. Okay. And really, it's asking the future of this relationship, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't really have like a product or offering where you could leave a review or something, but maybe I should set one up. That would help with scheduling offline stuff. Um, but yeah, right now I don't. But thanks for asking. Okay. Okay. So future of this. Oh, okay. Good to know. Sorry, just a time check on myself. I have to move that later. Lots of good cards, but we want the good cards. So that's farther. Just have a hole. Where's this at? you switch any of these? Should I just flip them? Okay. Let me blow my nose. Okay. So we didn't get the final outcome, and maybe that would have been self-defeating, but we got sort of a chart for the next series of things. So left to right, events or milestones for the relationship. The Hermit. Okay. Six of Swords. Good to know. The Lovers. Knight of Swords. Okay. Let me get a sense of this. No, let me just go ahead and pull the guide. This is the one I'm not sure about, because normally if someone were to get this, this is like you break up and you go on to somebody else. But given how this came out, I'm not convinced that's the case. And I think this guide is a little softer on the Six of Swords. So let me set this down and pull this up. And do we really need to go through? Yeah, I think it's really just the six that I want to double check. Okay, Six of Swords represents the quiet passage from a situation or relationship following a certain hardship, enjoying a period of peace. Perhaps you must take a moment of rest from a relationship or responsibilities. This moment of rest and recharge may lead you to explore a new environment or perhaps take you to a new spiritual direction. When this card shows up in a reading, it can be a sign that things are getting better and calmer moments lie ahead. This card can also signify a physical journey you are about to embark upon. You are transitioning to a better place so that you may find yourself again. Okay. So, yeah, it's not exactly move on, get over. The sense I'm getting from the Hermit really is just you two sort of cooped up. So, and maybe that's pandemic related stuff for the next little bit, where you're in greater contact than normal. The Six of Swords, you guys are really reflecting on it and where you want to take it. And that's, I mean, really reflective, taking the time. I don't get the sense of moving on to a new relationship. Then we've got the Lovers, and that's making a decision. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys are going forward with it. Let me just check the Knight of Swords at this point. A little too far. Knight of Swords, classic knight in shining armor, ready to defend the honor of another. Shows up when a decision must be made. There's a quick change in life situations. Perhaps there are unpredictable times ahead. Sudden truths may reveal themselves. Underlying conflicts may be illuminated. There may be a dispute at work or in a family dynamic, and obviously this is focused on relationship. You may not be the cause for these circumstances, but the way you recover is what matters. The energy of this card is driven and assertive. You may be fighting for what you believe in, but it is important to take responsibility for your actions. Ultimately, you are the one who will deal with the outcome. Fight wisely. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like with the lovers, you're getting more serious, but as you're getting serious, well, there are other serious things you guys need to talk about and work through. So, there might be disagreements, but it's really your call whether you sort that out or not. Whether that's a deal breaker that you end up walking away from, or if you guys overcome it and compromise in some way. So, I can see why you're kind of feeling on tiptoe, and yeah, I think that's more the environment rather than the people. Um, and really, it's going to be time before we get to that Knight of Swords and making a decision. So, yep. Hope that helps. Okay. Okay, we've got Presh next. Oh, that's right. She dropped a new version. 3-month reading. Okay. And then, so just to recap the list, because I'm not going to be able to add anyone, I'm already going over time. Presh, Pretty, Jelly, Ankita, and Clout. And I think, did we get Pretty's question? I might just need to follow up with her. Excellent. No problem. Okay. Okay. Thanks for dropping that in. Because we sort of, yeah, I just wasn't sure if that was the question or if you were still wording it, but yeah, that's good. Okay, Presh, 3 months. Yeah, that's going to be a Prisma question. Let me go ahead and shuffle this real quick. Okay. Okay, I get the sense that this is truncated. So more covering month and a half, somewhere in that time frame. Um, don't know why the second half is being skipped out, but maybe it's working through this. Six of Wands and Queen of Chalices. Since we just got the two, let me go ahead and skim the guide. Six of Wands, I mean, that sort of got a rest, contemplative aspect to it. And then Queen of Chalices is being able to direct your emotions. But let me just go over them in case. Six of Wands. Small victory, self-confidence, appreciation. Fighting for your vision can be a worthy but exhausting endeavor. If you don't take the time to appreciate how far you've come, you may very well burn out before you reach the final culmination of your vision. As you inexorably float toward the next set of difficulties, pause in the present moment and take in all the beauty around you. You have accomplished much, and you have been granted a brief view of the Elysium that awaits you at the end of your journey. So, yeah, it's recognizing you've made progress. Gadesu. Sorry, I'm already going overtime, so I won't be able to answer your question today. Um, I'll set up a stream for next week. We're still doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday for now. And Monday for sure should be good. So if you want to plan on that, well, that'll be scheduled shortly after this, and you can hop on then. But yeah, so Six of Wands. I mean, patting yourself on the back, taking a break and realizing, yeah, this has been hard work, but it's been good work, and we've done a good job. And then Queen of Chalices. Intuitive, compassionate, emotionally secure. Feelings are often discounted as too amorphous or changeable. Yet it is their endless malleability that gives them their fluid power. They can take out any form, still charged with the power of the mighty subconscious. They are the surging forces within our beings that make us strong. When you draw the Queen of Chalices, it is time to tune in with the feelings at bay. Trust your intuitions. Reach out to others. Find what makes them thrive and delight. So, I mean, it's a positive card. If anything, it's just making sure you're in touch with your emotions. And if you've been pushing hard, which the Six of Wands suggests you may have been doing, yeah, you might have been neglecting or pushing to the side some of that. So, from the Queen of Chalices, we're suggesting make sure you're in tune. And that's it. Hope that helps, Brush. Let's see. Pretty. And we got your question. Are we going to be? Okay. Just wasn't sure if this was going to be a Destiny question or a Prisma question, but seems like we'll keep with the Prisma. Right. This is the most recent one, right? What we're answering. Okay. Okay, so it came out as a yes, no. And I feel like we've got a slight emphasis on the middle card, so if there's any confusion, we'll lean on that. 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Chalices. Okay. So, the 10 of Wands is what I'm worried about, I think. Yeah, so that's an exception. But then we've got the Ace of Swords and Ace of Chalices, which are pretty positive. So, and we're leaning on the Ace of Swords. So basically, this is trumping, saying we don't really know. These are positive. We're going to lean on the Ace of Swords for some clarification, though. So let me go ahead and set this down and pull that back. Prism, right? Yeah. Okay. Ace of Swords. Mental clarity, determination, intellectual power. The Ace of Swords cleaves through indecision and deceit. It is the mental clarity that comes with keen intelligence. It may indicate an epiphany. When you pull this card, you may be driven with a determination born of ruthlessness. Examine your motivations and ensure you're not being too tyrannical. Master the sword and wield its mighty power for good. Yeah, so given that this got the emphasis over the Ace of Chalices, really leaning into your head. Yeah. Not to discount the heart too much, but that's the brain got the emphasis here. So make sure you're being smart about it as you're approaching this to get the outcome you want or should want potentially. But yeah, technically right now we don't know, but that just means you've got all the more influence in changing this outcome. Denise, sorry, I'm already going over time, so I won't be able to answer your question today. But I'll be streaming Monday, and I'll have that scheduled shortly. It's on Twitch, you can see the calendar, but yeah, right now I just won't be able to do it. No problem. Glad I could help. Okay, and time to find Jelly's question. And I guess just so you know, Ankita, yeah. So I'm doing Jelly now, and then Ankita, it'll be your turn after that. Where is their question? Here we go. Okay. Hey, Ankita. So yeah, again, we've got Jelly now, then it's you, Ankita, and then our last person will be Cloud. Tarot review about how the appointment will go. Presumably, I guess. That is pretty right. Yeah. Okay. good now. Okay. So quite a few cards. This one in the center, that's the overall outcome, the gist of it. But then these are details about how things pan out. So Knight of Wands, that would say yes. Nine of Chalices, the Star, Knight of Pentacles, Justice, Five of Pentacles. Okay. So, I mean, Knight of Wands, it seems to be pretty well received and acted upon. The Star indicates hope, so positive prospects. Nine of Chalices, yeah, it's that peaceful, things have been good sort of thing. The past has been kind. Knight of Pentacles suggests that might be a little bit blind to moving forward. Because the true value of things isn't being measured appropriately. So there's a bit of a concern there. Justice, I mean, it's very karmic. What you reap is what you sow. So yeah, and then we've got Five of Pentacles, which, I mean, this would be defeat, utter loss. So I don't know if maybe there's just somebody in the room who was not on your side and against it. But in a sense, somebody loses. And obviously not you, because we got the Knight of Wands, but somebody gets hit hard by this. So yeah, I mean, overall positive. Yeah, I'm just a little concerned about Knight of Pentacles, and then, well, that's a very present justice. So I guess it's just the Knight of Pentacles I'm worried about as far as the future consequences. But yeah, overall good. Okay. And now Ankita. People in, oh, what was your question earlier? Okay. Is this a trustworthy friend? Okay. Then we've also got Clout. Is our going to be our last one? Yeah. Okay. Let me blow my nose real quick. Much better. So we've got cards. We've got a typical yes-no combination of 3. This one has some extra information, so this will be clarifying some stuff. 7 of Chalices, 8 of Wands, Temperance. So let me check, because the 7 of Cups, that would be a no, but what about the Wands? That I'm not sure. Okay, so that's a yes, and then Temperance is a yes as well. Excuse me. So yes, it's going to take some time. I don't know if the relationship is still new, but once things get settled in, yeah, definitely trustworthy. The only concern is the 7 of Chalices. Excuse me. Which speaks to confusion, being lost, not upright. So it might be that this needs time, and so maybe play it a little close to the chest for now. But I think once this gets sorted out and gets settled, yeah, long term, this will be a good friend. So. Oh, you're fine. So just in summary, yes, but it'll take some time. There's some confusion going on, so that needs to be worked through. And then, yeah, afterwards, this will be a long-term trustworthy friend. So don't go all in right now, but in a little while, you'll have a solid person there. Hope that helps. Okay. Well, and it was pretty much that. So if you have questions afterwards, let me know. Cloud. Did Cloud not ask their question? They asked for a reading. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to trumpet for people. And I was doing so good. Okay. Hey, Xiaojing. Sorry, I still don't have a Twitch join. It's just how it's set up to stream to multiple platforms. But I'm already over time, so I'm sorry, but I won't be able to take your question. So yeah, we'll be streaming next week at the regular times. The calendar should be up on Twitch. I'll schedule the Monday session right after. But yeah. Already running late, and that's my bad. Underestimated how quick I was going. Or overestimated. Yeah. Thanks. Clout. So, not very specific, and I thought we had one, but as far as how to interpret this is just going to be general on you, really. So, I want to do Lost Forest, is that right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Excellent. It's coming out. Let me set these aside. We can check that. Yeah. I think that's everything. Let's check. Hey, Alexa. Sorry, but I won't be able to take your question. I'm already over time as it is. So, but we've got regular times. The calendar schedule should be up to date on Twitch. I'll schedule the Monday session right after this. So, those seem more closely related. Are those separate areas? And is that moderate? So, no, moderate. Okay. Okay, let me blow my nose. Okay. So, a few cards. This is a tempered pair. So the primary, moderated or modified by the second. Um, these are in the same area, and then these are different areas. So 3 aspects we're touching on. Queen of Fire and the World. 5 of Fire. The Chariot, as well as 10 of Fire. Okay. I mean, 5 of Fire, that's a social dynamic. There's conflict, disagreement going on with others. Is this just the environment? Yeah, okay. As far as your personal development, um, is that what we're getting at? Okay. Thought you might need to work on that, but no, Queen of Fire, you have the intellect. Use that to help make yourself a more full and well-rounded person. That's what the world is signaling. And then as far as your environment, some stuff looks like it's ending. And a lot of it's happening very fast. But I'm not necessarily alarmed. This doesn't feel like a tragic ending. It doesn't feel disastrous, even though that's usually what it would connotate or denote. So, yeah, let me double check 10 of Fire. But the Chariot stuff is happening fast in the world. So, let me set this down and check that 10 of Fire. Sorry. Added responsibility, completion. That's what we're getting from that. Okay. And that's going fast. I must have been thinking of the 10 of Skies. I mean, that almost seems like parenthood, having children, which, I mean, that's sort of what's depicted with the T-Rex and the little ones. It could technically be something in work, but given how sudden it is that the sense we're getting from the Chariot, I would lean on it more in the family dynamic. Yeah. Not to say that it couldn't happen at work. It just seems like family is so much more likely. So, um, so yeah, let me know if you have questions on that. Nina, sorry, but I'm already running over time, so I won't be able to answer it now. Once I'm done, I'll schedule the session for Monday. In fact, let me just go ahead and show my stream schedule. So, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this obviously being a Friday session, at different times. So pick what's relevant and convert to your time zone as appropriate. So you can hop on any of those streams, and it's really just first come, first serve. So fairly easy to plan on, and I'll probably schedule all of next week right after this. But yeah, so that's our schedule. And then if you want to connect, we've got social media, different stream sites, and then if you want to donate, we've got PayPal, and that's all connected to the link tree right now. So, yeah. Otherwise, hope you're doing well. Have a great weekend, and until next